In this video, I want to talk about on the topic of home loans. So a lot of people have different opinions on whether one should buy their own property or not, or whether one should just continue in the rented apartment. So different people have different opinions, and a lot of people believe that buying a house is a good idea, and a lot of them say that no, it's not a good idea because then you get stuck to a place and all your decisions start to happen because you bought a house there and you are not willing to migrate. So that's another thought process, and renting is a option that you can go anywhere anytime, rent an apartment, so that gives you flexibility. So both opinions may have certain merits and demerits. Okay, we are not getting into that. What I want to share today is what did I do and why. And it is not about whether what I did is right or wrong. It is about a perspective which I want to share, which probably many of you will resonate with. So, when I bought my house or my flat, it was somewhere in the year 2007 or 8, somewhere around that time. So, at that time, when I took that loan, all of a sudden started to feel a burden on my shoulders that this is a big amount and I need to get rid of it. Now, a lot of people are not worried about the loan as such. I have seen a lot of people who have bought 1 BHK apartment and then they sold that apartment, took another loan, bought a 2 BHK apartment, then sold that apartment, got another loan, and then got into a 3 BHK. So, a lot of people have done that. I am not that kind of a person. I am not a real estate savvy person who is very good at buying and selling properties. I'm not good at renting apartments or flats. Okay. So, what I'm trying to tell you is you need to understand your personality type. What are you good at and what you are not comfortable with. So, I was not very comfortable with buying and selling and renting and all of that. And that is why, as soon as I took the loan, the first thing which came to my mind is get rid of this. And I know a lot of you who are watching this video probably think in the same way that we have to get rid of the loan as soon as possible because A, it is a liability, and B, you are paying a lot of interest to the bank. So the best way that came to my mind that how can I get rid of the loan is by going on site, right, to the US or UK or wherever. So I started to look for an on-site opportunity, and eventually when I got an on-site opportunity, my only and the most important goal was to go there, earn money, and then get rid of the loan. Okay, that was the primary objective. And I did that in few years' time. When I got rid of that loan, which was probably in 6 years or maybe 7 years' time, I think 6 years, that is the time I started to think, okay, now let's take another loan. And I was almost on a verge of taking another loan for another apartment, which would have been my second property, right? A lot of people who take loans also take loans for the second property and the third property and stuff like that. Of course, another angle is the taxes that you save. So that thought came to my mind. And when I started to search for the second property, the prices were pretty high, right? And I wanted to go for a bigger property. So let's say if this one is a 2 BHK apartment, I wanted to go for a 3 BHK apartment. Now, when I heard those prices, I realized that, oh, this sounds too much, right? And I will have to take another loan, which will be even bigger than my previous loan. And I knew that when I bought the first property, I had to go to the US to get rid of it. Now, if I take this one, I'll again have to do something different to make more money. Either I will have to change a job in India or I'll have to go to another country to make more money so that I can get rid of the loan because I somehow did not want to stay in that loan for 20 years or 15 years. So I kept thinking and then I kind of pushed that decision that, okay, we will do it later. And one thing led to another. And then slowly I realized that probably I am not going to survive in the IT or the corporate world beyond 50 years of age because the kind of vibes that I started to get about the kind of work I was doing and whatever was going on in my mind with respect to something of my own that I wanted to do, that thing became prominent. And buying a home then took a back seat. So I started to concentrate more on building my side hustle. And then I started to think more about how to grow my side hustle and when can I transition out from my full-time job. And for that, I took a couple of career breaks and I experimented a lot and all of that. Now, when I was doing all of this, the more I went deep into thinking about doing something for myself and quitting my job, the idea of buying another flat or another apartment for investment, that kind of got out of my mind, because then I knew that, okay, if I have to do something of this sort, I cannot afford to have another loan on my head, which will make me work in the corporate world even if I don't want to. So that peace of mind of freedom that I wanted to have, that will not be there if I take another loan of 50 lakhs plus or whatever. So why I'm sharing this information with you is, a lot of times when we make these decisions, we have to also keep a long term view of how buying a home or buying a property can impact your career decisions. Okay. So if I had got into that loan, second loan as an investment property, I would have probably never thought seriously about a side hustle. I would have probably thought more seriously about my corporate job. Maybe this YouTube channel would have not even existed, and I would have worked in the corporate world just like everybody else. So, the priorities, the career priorities that you have, or the life priorities that you have, depend on what kind of assets or liabilities you have, and what is the long term impact of the decisions you make. In my view, and that's my opinion, again, there is nothing right or wrong. In my view, first property everybody should buy as soon as they can afford, and then think about how can they repay that loan as soon as possible so that they become loan free. Once that is done, then it is a choice whether you want to buy another property or not, whether you want to buy it in the same city, another city, etc. So like I said, some people are very good at real estate. They are very good at buying, selling, renting. If you are somebody of that sort, then by all means you should do it. But if you are not into that game, if you are not comfortable with the loan, then think twice before you take more and more loans for buying more and more properties. Why? Because one more reason is that nowadays we are not certain about our job, right? We don't even know how long these jobs will be stable, for how long we'll make money, and whether we'll be able to live up to the expectation of that EMI. So that is why, think before you buy additional properties on heavy loans. That is the only thing I want to tell you, because those decisions that impact your career, and then they impact your peace of mind in the long run. So I hope you are able to resonate with this. Let me know, what did you do, or how did you buy multiple properties, or how did you not buy multiple properties? What are you doing with that money? Are you investing it somewhere? Share your good ideas in the comments so that other people watching this video can benefit from it. That's it from my side in this video. I hope I was able to send across the message in a positive way. With that, I'll take your leave. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video, hit the like and the hype button. And I will see you in another video soon. Take care and bye for now.